If you've ever dealt with someone who cheated, you know the strangest part isn't always the cheating itself. It's the excuses that come after. Instead of admitting what they did, they say things like, "You pushed me away. You weren't meeting my needs. You left me no choice." Suddenly, you become the reason for their betrayal. So why do cheaters do this? Why do they blame you instead of themselves? Let's break down the psychology behind it. 1. Protecting the ego at all costs. Cheating creates cognitive dissonance, a mental conflict between "I'm a good person" and "I did a bad thing." To reduce that discomfort, the brain looks for a justification. Blaming you becomes the easiest escape route. If they convince themselves you're at fault, they don't have to face the truth about who they are or what they've done. It's self-image protection, not logic. 2. Shame is too heavy to carry. Cheating often brings shame, and shame is a painful emotion. Unlike guilt, which says, "I did something wrong," shame says, "I am something wrong." To avoid feeling that, cheaters redirect the blame outward. Psychologists call this externalization, projecting inner shame onto someone else so they don't have to feel it. 3. Rewriting the story makes them the victim. To avoid accountability, cheaters often rewrite the narrative. Instead of "I cheated," the story becomes "I was pushed to cheat." In their mind, they weren't betraying the relationship, they were reacting to you. This lets them play the victim instead of the villain. It's emotional role reversal for self-comfort. 4. It keeps their self-esteem intact. Most cheating isn't about love, it's about validation. Affairs make them feel desirable, powerful, admired, or wanted. But admitting the truth would bruise their ego. Blaming you keeps their self-esteem afloat. It's easier to say, "You weren't enough," than to admit, "I'm insecure, I'm impulsive," or "I made a selfish decision." 5. Deflection prevents consequences. Taking ownership means facing consequences. Confrontations, breakups, shame, loss, responsibility. Blame works as a shield. If they can make you question yourself, doubt yourself, or feel guilty, you're less likely to leave. This is a subtle manipulation tactic known as gaslighting, confusing you so they don't have to deal with the fallout. 6. Emotional immaturity and avoidance. At the core, many cheaters lack emotional maturity. Mature people can say, "I hurt you. This was my choice." Immature people say, "You made me do this." They avoid discomfort the same way a child avoids getting in trouble, by shifting blame to whoever is closest. So, why do cheaters blame you instead of themselves? Because shame hurts, because ego needs protection, because narratives can be rewritten, because accountability demands maturity, and because blaming you is easier than looking in the mirror. But here's the truth. Cheating is a choice, not a reaction. No excuse, no story, no blame can change that. Their betrayal isn't proof that you lacked something. It's proof that they did.